Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get this, open it up for our Facebook, family, friends, cousins, and everyone there. Okay, Instagram. Okay, great. We are live on Instagram finally. Okay, wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just opening the doors over on Facebook. Let's get those open. One day I'll figure out how to make this fewer steps. But good morning, everyone. Good morning. Come on in. You're in the right place. You're in the, oh, I almost hit the wrong button. You are in the right place. Okay, here we go. I think everything is finally up and running. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's that time. It's Saturday morning, Saturday, April 19th, 2025. You are tuned in to the Saturday morning tap in. So go ahead, get your coffee, your tea, your water. Okay, get you some fruit if you're going to snack on a little something while we're tapping in this morning. Get your journal, get something to write with because it's time to tap in. So let's go.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Good morning. Reb Cherie speaks in the building. Okay. She's moving. She's grooving. She's headed to the airport. How are you even here? You're on your flight and you don't, because Spirit wanted me to wish you another safe travel. Okay. You had Shamika wishing you a good night, and now I'm saying a good morning, sunshine. It's time to tap in. Good morning to more 2K3. My co-host with the most is tapping in. Good morning, Looney Tine Tune. Looney Tiny Tune. Got it. You guys, these names, I got to figure out, how to break it up. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Come on in. You are welcome in this space, everybody. Saturday morning. It's a great morning. You're tuned into Saturday morning tapping. It is a movement. Did y'all know that Saturday morning tapping is an absolute movement? It's a movement of goodness. It's a movement of sunshine. And I'm so grateful that you all tune in to share this energy with me. Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? How are we feeling on this Saturday? How y'all feeling? We got the holidays coming up tomorrow. How are we doing? How are we feeling? How was your week? Man, oh man, do I have some stories to share with you guys this week. My week has been full of good stuff, full of inspiring things happening, full of just reminders of that there's so much good to behold.
Don't never
So much
stop
good to
if you want
behold.
to
There's
be on
so
top. Yeah.
much good that is possible. And so I'm here to remind you today. I'm here to remind you today. So welcome. Welcome. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to get ready to tap in. Get ready to tap in. How we feeling? And don't forget, okay? You guys are here, especially my series regulars, okay? Help me get the party started. What intentions do you want to set today? What intention do you want to bring to your day? Bring to your weekend? Bring to the upcoming week? Put it in the chat, okay? Put it in the chat, baby. Yes, more 2K3. Let me put on my spectacles so I can see what you wrote. Let me put on my spectacles so I can see what's on the board over here on Instagram. Some more 2K3 said, posted the link in the live. Okay, posted the live link into the group this morning. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Everyone, we are live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, we are live on 3 platforms. If you're on YouTube, it's youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles. If you want to tap in on Instagram, it's Instagram at Shamika Chronicles. And on Facebook, it's Shamika Chronicles or Shamika Cotton. You can find me there. I need to fix that some more 2K3. We'll talk about that. How to get everything in sync over on Facebook. But because my Facebook page is private, but Saturday morning tap-in is public for everyone, right? Okay. So welcome everyone. Oh, some more 2K3 says, thanks for that post yesterday. What a reminder. As I sent it to him, he was already listening to it. It was a message from above. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and share that post here. Why not? Why not? Some more 2K3 says, his intention today is to make an even greater life out of that word I don't use, out of evil, we'll say. I don't even really use evil. But yes, he's going to make an even greater life. He is victorious. Yes, to make an even greater. Oh, no, not. Okay, hold on. I can't read. Okay, I get it though. He says his intention. I'm going to read what he said, okay? My intention is to make an even greater lie out of the devil. But how about he's also just going to make a greater life, period dot, okay, period dot. We focus on truth, right? We focus on positivity. So I love that because he is victorious. He is victorious. All right, thank you, Mr. Porker. Welcome here. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm still rocking the natural curls this week. Yes, I am. My natural do, my natural fro. But yes, welcome. Robin is in the building. My amazing screenwriter friend who has written this amazing short film that we are filming on Monday. Good morning, Ashley Nicole. So good to see you here in the building. So glad to see you here in the building. So I go ahead, continue to add your intentions in the chat. And while we're at it, let me go ahead and get my little book ready. Let's put a number in the chat between 1 and 50. I just be making this up, you guys. Between 1 and 50. Today is the 19th, so you guys can know. And put it in the chat. Whoever puts the number, whoever gets closest to the number without going over, that is who is going to pick the journal prompt for the day. And so I put the number here. I wrote it down between 1 and 50. I have to make sure that I do not say it. Thank you so much, Stephen. It's finally time for us to film this baby. We're going to film this bad boy today. Welcome. Wanda Gordon is tuning in on Facebook. So glad to see you here. We got Sasha tuning in on Facebook. Welcome. T3IP is absolutely in the building. Go Queen. Yes, Go Queen is in the building. Welcome, Queen. So glad to see you here tapping in. I always love when I come across your posts on TikTok, those wonderful, inspiring messages and stories that you're always sharing. I'm so glad to be in community with you and each and every one of you here today. Welcome, Just Peachy Queen. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap In. All right. So let me find that clip so I can go ahead and pull it up and share it with you guys. And if you haven't already, go on over on Facebook and sign up for and join the Saturday Morning Tap In Facebook group. It's a lot of good stuff happening over here in the Facebook group. A lot of positivity being shared. I posted, like I said last week, I posted the book that I narrated. It's also over there in the Facebook group. It's called The Universe is Calling. It's a book by Eric Butterworth. And so it's about opening yourself up to the divine through prayer. And you guys who know me, some of you guys know that I am a prayer chaplain. So prayer is my thing. It's what I love to do. So check it out. Check it out. Maybe you need something to listen to relax, to rewind, or something to listen to as you're drifting off to sleep. It is a wonderful thing to listen to, if I do say so myself. All right. Oh, no. Okay. So I have to figure out how to pull up that. Okay. I think I have an idea of how to pull it up. But yeah, I just really thought that it was just inspiring to me in so many ways. And so let me see if I can get this pulled up, and I'm going to share it with you guys right now. Where did the message go? Where did my some more 2K3 go? There's Stephen. There is Stephen. And so what I'm about to share is a clip from the BAFTA Awards, and it's Ryan Coogler who was the director of Black Panther, right? And he gives a very inspiring speech, right? He's also the director of Sinners that's out right now that I heard is amazing, that I really want to go check it out. I have so much that I want to see. I need to see the film with Viola Davis. Has anybody seen that one yet? I really need to see that as well. But let's just take a look at this clip real quick. Let's check it out.
If I hadn't gotten started when I did and graduated film school at 24 and married Fruitvale at 25 and met Creed and Black Panther around the time of being 30. All these things were like dominoes for me. And if I hadn't gotten that start, I never would have met Chad, whose time was so limited. It had such a profound effect on my life. So I'll leave y'all with this. All the aspiring filmmakers, actors, journalists, critics, all of y'all that aspire to communicate with film language through your work, through your art. No time like the present. Get going. Make that movie. Hit that audition. Criticize. Criticize whatever you like to criticize. Break it down for the folks who need to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Don't wait. Do. Go stand in a place where you feel uncomfortable.
Come on now.
Until you're there long enough that it is. Thank you.
Go stand in the place that you are uncomfortable until it is comfortable, until it becomes you and you are owning your space, you guys. Let me know in the chat how that resonated with you, right? And I really liked it because a lot of times we talk about it here in Saturday Morning Tap In. Get started. Whatever your dream is, whatever that vision is that you have, get started. Someone is waiting on you to begin to listen to that still small voice within you, to do the thing that only you can do, that only you can do. And in order for us to experience it, in order for the rest of the world to experience it, we need you to begin. Even if you don't know what all the steps are, even if you don't know what all the steps, you won't get all the steps until you take the first step, right? So let that encourage someone who may be overthinking it, okay? I know about overthinking. Trust me. I know a little something about overthinking and not feeling prepared and thinking of all the things that could go wrong and all the things that I don't have, right? So if that is you, if you are in that place, right? Let today receive the word today to take the first step. To take the first step. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. Already moving and grooving because she took the first step. She's doing that thing. She's answering the call that she's been called to do. She says, yes, I will develop my gifts and my talents and my abilities, and I will share them with the world. Okay, let's take the first step. All right, Sasha says, yup. Sasha says, I could feel awkward, but connect with strangers and ask for what you guys, my glasses. Okay, me and this reading today. It's fundamental. I wish I had my soundboard right now. It could feel awkward, but connect with strangers and ask for what you want. Because once you connect with them, they're no longer strangers, right? You get to know them. Step outside of your comfort zone. There's a bigger life waiting for you on the outside of your comfort zone, right? That thing you desire is on the other side of your comfort zone. Even baby steps count, right? Even baby steps count. Seriously, you guys. But how has your has your week been? Red Diva, go ahead and shade them sides, Shamika. The natural mohawk suits you. Thank you so much, Red Diva. Okay, I'm still thinking about it, but for now, I'm still using my clips until I really make a decision. Really make a decision with that one. But for now, I was telling my mom about it. I was like, yeah, Mom. I was getting some encouragement to go ahead and just shave it. She said, Shamika, you better keep using those clips. Because, sometimes I can make impulsive decisions. I'm just making, right? I mean, I've been feeling it. But I'm going to think about it a little bit more. But thank you so much, Red Diva. But right. Some more 2K3 says, stand in the place where you are uncomfortable till it feels comfortable. Just letting that land. Reiterating what Ryan said, letting it sink into your consciousness. Some more 2K3 says he has some more screenplays written and others that he's sitting on. But guess what he's going to do? He's going to continue to take steps. Fine. Aki, I think is your name. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap-In. He's going to continue to take steps. So before we get started, before we continue on today, let's just take a moment to center ourselves with some collective breathing. And so I could just tell you guys about things that have been happening this week. Continue to put your intentions in the chat. I think definitely what we're going to be intending is to step outside of our comfort zones, right? We're doing that, right? Some more 2K3 said that he is to make an even greater lie out of the devil because he is victorious. Some more 2K, his intention is to be victorious, okay? That's what he's going to do, okay? What are you going to do? You who are watching this, you who are just tuning in for the first time, what you gonna do this weekend, this week? What you gonna do? All right, so I got those things written down. All right. So let's just take a moment to take a nice cleansing and centering breath. We inhale and exhale. Knowing that the breath is the power. It's our way of becoming present in the moment, how we pull ourselves back together, how we gather our thoughts and gather all parts of ourselves. Let's take another cleansing inhale and exhale. And as we exhale, we are letting go of anything that came before this moment so that we can fully be present in the gift of this right now moment, right? So that we can be fully present in this right now moment. Let's take another cleansing inhale. And as we inhale, we are expanding our room on the inside. We're making room. And then we're exhale, letting go of any unwanted energy, just letting it go. Allowing any tension in any parts of our body to flow out and be released on the exhale. Hashtag dope photography says he is walking in his purpose intentionally, okay? To intentionally walk in his purpose. I love that. Walking in divine purpose. All right. Yes, go queen. Okay, you guys keep them coming. To step out on faith and to shame fear. Is that what you meant? Because I see you typed in shame. Did I read it right? Did I read it right? Today reading is giving me a good go. Step out on faith and to shame fear. I love that. All right. Good morning, Soraya. My TikTok niece, Soraya, is here on Facebook. I met her over on TikTok. She's a 16-year-old, and she's so tall and beautiful and just a radiant being. And so I'm so glad that you are joining us over here on the Saturday Morning Tap-In. So Don't forget to put a number in the chat, a number between 1 and 50, and whoever picks the number will be selecting our journal prompt for today, because that's what we do here on Saturday Morning Tap In. We journal. We journal because journaling is a wonderful tool to help us get in touch with ourselves. It's a wonderful tool for helping us to clear our mind. And you know what? That's a good segue into what I want to talk about today. I did some journaling this week, you guys. Can I be transparent with you guys? Can I be transparent with you guys? And I'm just going to share something that happened to me. And I had to go to my journal. I had to use the tools that I talk about in order to help set me free, okay? To set me free and to give me peace of mind. So without really giving too many specifics, because you never know who's watching this. But yeah, okay, great. I gotta go, Queen. Thank you so much. So this week, you guys, now this doesn't, I mean, I don't think this happens often where somebody will say something that I feel is disrespectful to me, or say something that really pushes my buttons. You know what I mean? It's rare that it happens. Or if it does, right, the way my mind operates is I kind of quickly go, and depending on what happened, right, I'll have a moment with it where it rubs me the wrong way. And then I'll process it, I'll forgive it, and then I'll move on. But what happens a lot of times is I'll forgive, and then I'll forget all about what happened, right? So like if we ever had like a falling out, I probably already forgotten about it. And you'll have to remind me, you know, depending on what it was, what had happened, because I'm like, I've already moved on. And this situation, I've already moved on. I'm sure one day I might not forget it because I wrote it in my journal. So I'm not going to say exactly what they did because I don't want to give it too much power. Okay. Because the point of this message is, the point that I do want to share is that I felt offended. Do you hear me? Highly offended by something someone said. And they had been saying things over the course of time, right? For weeks, they had been, saying little things that was kind of like pushing my buttons, and that I was taking personally. Now, I know better. I read the 4 agreements, right? Don't take it personally. But this person, they were saying things, and it was really rubbing me the wrong way. And so, I had already, 1 week, when they said what they said, I went into meditation, right? And then I meditated. I lit up my candle, and I imagined all the negative energy running out of me, and I'm forgiving this person, right? And then the next week, I felt like, oh my gosh, the forgiveness work that I did worked because they didn't say anything, right? I'm like, okay, forgiveness work is working. And then another week happens, and sure enough, true to form, they did it again. They said something, right? They were asking for smoke. They wanted the smoke, and I'm just like, you don't want this smoke, okay? Because I don't want to have to be the maker of said smoke, because I don't want to deal with the smoke that comes up when you ask for it, when you come for me, right? And so I said, okay, all right, I'm really heated, right? And because I was in a certain environment, I had to maintain my decorum, okay? I'm in a leadership position, okay? When they go low, my position calls me to go high, okay, you guys? My position, what I have said yes to, says, aha, you got to go high, Shammy Sham. You can't go low, right? Because my doppelganger, what she say? She said it. When they go low, we go high, right? When they go low, we don't go to the inauguration. Oh, I wish I had my laugh board right now. But yes, right? And so I was feeling really just irritated after the exchange. And there were so many words, okay, you guys, so many words that I could have said, that I wanted to say. And also so many words that came to me after the situation as well, right? Am I alone? Do you guys sometimes have moments where after it's over, where after it's over, you're like, man, I should have said this. I could have said that. I could have said this, this, and that, but it's like, the moment called me to hold my mule. Okay. Somebody hold my mule, right? The moment called for me to, don't you do it, Shamika. We know that you got a little hood in you, but right now you're trying to do good, right? K Blue, do I need y'all to pull up? Okay, let me tell you, this person, they don't want the smoke. They don't want y'all to pull up. I ain't even gonna have y'all, don't pull up on them. Nah, we gonna bless them. We gonna do what I did, right? And so, but I appreciate it, right? But sometimes you just gotta, I know the high calling on my life, right? I know that I am an example, right? I may not always give it right. I may not always get it right. Okay. Kritika, Sasha, right? My inner critic, the inner critic that has a sharp tongue. She got sharp tongue and her tone is not nice. Okay, you guys? Kritika was trying to get out, and I was like, Kritika, I had to hold her back, right? Go queen. Yes, I'm really live right now. I'm really like feeling it because I'm telling the story, but go queen. Yes, I cannot afford to drop spiritually to their level. I can't afford it, right? Because when you know better, you do better, right? I know spiritual truth, right? I know that what I put out comes back to me, right? I know that it could feel so good to read them for filth. It could feel so good in the moment, even if I'm fully justified. But when it comes back, I don't want to receive it. I rather receive what I ended up putting out was silence. And then I took to my journal, and y'all, can I tell y'all, usually I journal just 3 pages for morning pages, right? Y'all, I journaled a whole 6 pages just writing that person for filth. Everything I wanted to say. How dare you say that? Who do you think you are? This, and that. You are not the center. I wrote that person for filth in my journal for 6 pages, you guys. 6 pages. I let it out. And I know that, we talk a lot about, watch your words and what you say. But can I tell you, in your journal, that's what journaling is for, right? To write it all out, let it go, pour it out, get it out of you. You got to process it, right? Or you go to therapy and you talk about it with your therapist, right? You want to get it out. Sometimes people say, well, I'm just venting with a friend. No, be careful with that venting. Be careful. But in the sacred space of your journal, the space between you and God, right? God can handle all the things that I wrote in this journal, right? Because I am laying myself bare on these pages, right? And also because forgiveness work is a part of my spiritual practice. And we talked about this maybe a month ago, right? We were talking about the power of forgiveness. And so I wrote out, I'm telling y'all, handwriting was probably just all over the place because I was so heated, but I was determined that I had to get that feeling out of me. I had to get those thoughts out of my head, right? And so I did that. And then I said, okay, now that I got that out, I had to be like, you done, Kritika? You done? You finished? I'm going to let you finish. Get it all out because we got to move through this. Okay, we got to move through this. And so I said, okay, I think I got it all out. Now, I'll tell you guys another reason why I wrote it out. Because as I said, I will forget that this moment happened, right? Normally, I'll forget, as I have done in the past. And what happens is, as an actor, right? And I'll be doing a character, and they are engaging with someone who gets on their nerves. And then the question comes up when I'm doing the analysis, well, who is this other person to you? And I'd be like, I can't think of nobody because I don't have beef with people. Everybody love me, for the most part, you guys, everybody love me. You know what I'm saying? And also the way I live my life, if I don't feel love from someone, then I'm not around you. So my circle is full of love. But there are some instances when I have to come out of my comfort zone and be in places, and I might come up against someone who I might not be their cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. They can go drink something else. Okay. But so because I've had moments in my acting work where I'm just like, oh, I need to call up a person that I can go off on, right? Because it's like, Shamika, this is why you're an actor, so you can express yourself. But then I'm like, oh, I can't think of anyone. So I said, you know what? I'm also going to journal this so I can remember how I felt in the moment, so that when I need it, I can look in my journal and remember and tap into that space, right? So that is just something that I did, because as an actor, I need to remember that kind of stuff. And also as a writer, right? I'm a writer. And this is what is kind of like, when you say yes to being an actor, when you say yes to being an artist, when you say yes to being a writer, you have to also study yourself, right? You have to study human behavior, right? And so I might have to write a character that has those lines, that has to say those words that I didn't say to that person. So I have some rich, can I say some rich dialogue, that's very clever and witty right here in this journal. Okay. So very, very rich. So I'm already thanking God for the experience, right? I'm already alchemizing it. I'm already transmuting it, right? It may have been meant for bad, but God made it for good, right? Right? So what I did next, I did my 6 pages of venting, and then I started writing out, but what do I know is true, right? What do I know is true? And this takes some grown-up spirituality, right? That grown-up spirituality that says, you know what? I know what I put out, I get back, right? That's part of that grown-up spirituality. That grown-up spirituality that says, I know it appears that this person is horrible, but what I know for true is everybody is a child of God, right? That's what I know for true. I know that everybody is that God is in all of them, whether or not they are expressing it at the moment. And what I knew for true about this person is, for the most part, for the most part, they are a loving person, right? I know they are a person that intends good, right? A person that likes to help people, right? So I know that there is good in them, that God is in them. So I had to say, well, what do I know is true, right? I have to stand on the truth, right? I don't get to believe in truth sometimes, and then the other times say, be like, nah, I don't believe it, right? Because I want to own all of my power. So I had this, okay, they are a spiritual being. I know that they are loving. And I know because of their life experience, they don't know how much what they said offended me. They don't know that. They don't really know. I bet if I told them, if I told them how offensive what they did, if I told them the level of their offensiveness, they would be like, oh, I had no idea. Because they have some blind spots, okay? They have some blind spots where they don't understand. They know not what they're doing, right? So I had to stand in the truth and stand in truth. What do I know is true, right? And do I have moments in my life where I have blind spots, where I may have said something that offended someone? Absolutely. And not knew that I did it. So what would I want someone to do for me? I would want someone to extend that same grace and forgiveness to me, right? Because what you put out, you get back, right? So I then had to journal about the truth of it, right? And then I just kept journaling and turning it and finding the good in it, right? That was the second step, right? Finding the good. And it was when I was journaling that I realized that, Shamika, you're taking this very personally, right? I need you to grow up, Kritika. I need you to grow up, Shamika. We don't take things personally, right? Because that's not the higher road, right? The power is in not taking it personally. Because guess what? The reality is what they said is not about me, right? It is about them, how they are feeling. And I get to choose not to be a part of any bad feeling. So that wasn't about me. It was more about them, right? Because when you're feeling good, you put out goodness, right? Can I get an amen from the Instagram church? When you're feeling good, you put out goodness, Argus, the Kingford show. So they, having a moment of misery, were putting that out. And so knowing about them, so I started to also pray for them and say, may they have peace of mind and harmony, and may they know joy, right? And knowing some of the things that they're going through, may this part of them be healed. Because I know they're having, some health challenges, right? Sometimes when you don't feel good, sometimes you don't show up as your best self. When you don't feel good, sometimes you are not able to put a watch over your mouth because all your strength is going to trying to get through what don't feel good, trying to get through your sickness, right? So I started to write in a prayer for that person, and then I did 6 pages of that. You got 6 pages, just letting stream of consciousness flow, right? Thanking God for this opportunity that, guess what? Forgiveness is our curriculum, our life curriculum, right? The lesson that we are all meant to learn every day is forgiveness. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think, but I don't think we can go any day without having forgiveness work to do, whether it's ourselves or with someone else, whether it's a slight annoyance, whether it's a big one. There's always something to forgive. And so that's why a good practice is when you go to bed at night, take a moment to see who could use some forgiveness. Who do you want to forgive? Even if it's yourself, right? Because forgiveness opens you up to more, right? Forgiveness opens you up for more. And so then I started writing out, all those things that I was saying. And and I kid you not, you guys, as I was journaling the good, something that I wrote stood out to me. And it was an amazing money-making idea. It was a tagline. And I was like, wait, where did that come from? Because I was engaging with how I felt. It had something, that moment, that exchange with that person was a moment for me to get gold out of it, right? It was a diamond in the rough. And so I looked up the phrase and I looked up the trademark. I said, nobody has trademarked this phrase before, because it came to me from venting into my journal. And then I started thinking about all the things I could do with that phrase. And so are you guys seeing how when we take the time to do the work, to be the alchemists that we are? And for those who don't know what an alchemist takes base metals, or it takes the undesirable thing, and they add their energy to it, and they turn it into something desirable, something that is high value, right? In the allegory, they take a stone, and they take a regular stone and they turn it to gold with their magical powers. We are alchemists, and every day we are given opportunities to practice alchemy, right? And forgiveness is a form of alchemy. You guys, just the turn of phrase right there. Somebody put that in the chat so I can see it later. Forgiveness is a form of alchemy. It's taking something that was meant for bad, or that started off bad, and making it good. What if, you guys, I take the things that I wrote in my journal, that really wonderful idea that came to me? What if that thing becomes the idea that gives me just generational wealth, because I create a product based on that phrase, or based on the idea that came from that forgiveness word, you guys? What if, right? So I can bless that opportunity, bless that engage, and bless that interaction right now, right? Forgiveness, thank you some more to K3. Forgiveness is a form of alchemy. K Blue, welcome to the building. K Blue was like, yes, amen. Save your energy, right? And make them own it, right? Awareness over anger, right? I'm not taking on your bad energy. That's for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to practice my alchemy and do the forgiveness work. Some more 2K3 says, totally agree. Forgiving others teaches us how to forgive ourselves, right? It puts us back at a higher frequency of love. And we talked about this last month, right? That unforgiveness creates a block, a barrier, or a boulder to your good. And guess what? I'm not about to let that person block my good. If I would have kept allowing those thoughts to ruminate in my mind, right? For me to keep replaying what she said, for me to keep replaying what I should have said, right? Some more 2K3, that would have been keeping me at a low vibration. I got to, as soon as possible, get myself to that high vibration. And forgiveness was the way in. And so I did the journaling, and then I went to do the work of also turning on some music. There's a really great song from Beautiful Chorus, and it's called I Release. And so I turned on that song and I found another song and I put that on, and I just went into meditation, allowing the song to even open me up even more, to allow me to release even more, right? I lit my candle and I imagined all of that negative energy coming on out, letting that negative energy go, letting it go, right? And so I took something that was meant or that could have disempowered me, and I took my power back. I took control back. Sasha says, I have learned that self-forgiveness is the most transformative. Absolutely. Absolutely. How we are forgiving to ourselves and how we forgive others, they're reflections. They're reflections, right? Can you forgive yourself? Then you can also forgive someone else. Can you forgive someone else? And maybe you're struggling with forgiving yourself. Well, then it goes, how can you forgive them? But then you're not worthy of that same forgiveness and grace that you offer to someone else. But it happens. That might sound like, well, who would do that? Who would consciously say that someone else is more deserving of forgiveness than I am myself? But sometimes, depending on what's happening in our subconscious mind, we may be doing that, not forgiving ourselves, having a hard time of letting go of times where we may have fallen short, you guys. And so yes, you guys, that was my week. That was and that was, I'm not gonna say what day it was because then folks who listen to this later are gonna know, but it was early in the week that it happened, because I don't want to be. And this person, the person that did this, okay, the person that set me off, ambulance holding for sound, they won't even ever see this, but you never know. But did it not give me gold, right? It gave me the opportunity to release. It gave me the opportunity to have something in my journal as for my acting work. It gave me the opportunity to have something to share in Saturday Morning Tap In, something that may bless someone else, just to remind us about forgiveness. Forgiveness, right? That's right, Go Queen. Sometimes we got to refrain from knucking and bucking, okay? Nuck if you buck, nuck if. Sometimes we gotta hold back the nuck and the buck. Okay. Sometimes we gotta refrain, right? And at my big age, right? At my big age, and my level of maturity and who I see myself as, right? The high calling on my life, right? Because that's what I speak over myself. There is a high calling on my life because I'm called to experience a lot of good, a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity. I'm called to experience health. I'm called to experience joy, right? So I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do the alchemy. I'm going to embrace that moment. And I'm going to get out of my comfort zone because it might have been comfortable to just kind of give in, right? But getting out of your comfort zone in that moment is refraining from going there. It is doing the spiritual work and strengthening my muscle, right? To refrain, to hold back. You guys know how my muscles were just flexing to hold her back? And I got stronger from it because I did the work of forgiveness. Okay. So I had another story to share with you guys, but as I see, we're already 45 minutes into our show today. So let us go ahead. Let me know how this is landing. I really appreciate the conversations in here that you guys are having over here on Instagram. Some more 2K3 says, set your atmosphere. Set your atmosphere. That is what Saturday Morning Tap-In is all about. We set our atmosphere. We set our intention of what we want to bring to our day, right? What we want to bring to our day. Go Queen said, oh, girl, and God was likely testing you through them in that offense to see what direction you would go in. Consider it a spiritual pop quiz. Consider I passed it, and I passed it with flying colors, right? I passed it, okay? Seeing what direction I would go in. What choice you gonna make this time, Shamika? I want you to, and also I want you, Shamika, I want you to prove to yourself that you are getting better so you can see, guess what? Pat yourself on the back because you made the choice to go higher. What you gonna choose? Because believe it or not, if you don't pass the test, you're gonna get it again. Okay? You're gonna get the test again through somebody else. So what you gonna do? Right? Because every experience that we have in life is meant to grow us to the highest expression of ourselves. That's the truth that I know. I can't unknow what I know. Okay? I can't unknow the truth that I know. That's the way it works in the world, in this life experience. The challenges that we go through are meant to grow us into the highest expression of ourselves. So embrace the challenges. Do the work so that when the challenges come, you can meet the moment with your highest self, so that you meet the moment in a way that later on, you're not beating yourself up because you let your emotions get the best of you. You let someone else control your reaction, right? We have control of our thinking. We have control over our feelings. We have control over our speaking. We have control over our actions, and we have control over our reactions. That is the control that we have. That is the control that we get to exercise in our life. Right feeling, right thinking, right speaking, right actions, and right reactions. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that makes the things, right? So what are you thinking about? What are you going to think about what just happened? And what do you want to create? And so dare I say that even the forgiveness work that I did was a seed planted. I thought about that the other day, that work that I did, that interaction became fertilizer for my garden. Okay. How many of you know what fertilizer is, right? Fertilizer is shit. Sometimes the shit that happens in life becomes the fertilizer for your garden, right? The fertilizer for your enchanted forest. You know what I mean? So don't run away from it. Embrace it. Transmute it. Be the alchemist that you are, right? That's fertilizer. And I know from that situation, I've got some very beautiful roses blooming, some absolutely stunning roses blooming. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what numbers we have in the chat. We said a number between 1 and 50. All right. Who was the closest without going over? The number was, feel free to put a number in if you haven't already. I think I saw that number. Hold on. I saw that number. Hold on. I'm trying to scroll up. Okay, I saw that number and I saw another number. Okay, so Sasha said 35. Some more 2K3. Wait, what number did you say? I felt like you said 40. All right. Anybody else want to put in a number before we go? All right. No one else. So both of you went over, but the closest person to it is Sasha. The number was 13. Today, the number is 13. So Sasha, I'm going to put up on the screen, pick a number off of the screen. And that will be the journal prompt that we are using today. So pick a number, any number that is not grayed out. Hopefully you can see that. I know that there is a slight lag, so I'll give you a second to go ahead and put a number in the chat. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put the intentions on the screen. If you're still here, Sasha, let's see. And if not, okay, let me see. Okay, I'm still writing intentionally. Walk in purpose. That's another one. Step out on faith, away from shame and fear. All right. And then the other one is, of course, forgiveness. All right. All right. All right. So, Sasha, did you put in a number? So I think Sasha probably left. So go, Queen, while you're here, what number on the screen would you like to pick? Pick a number off of the screen. Any number that's not grayed out, that will be our journal prompt for the day. Any number that's not grayed out. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, is there anybody here in listening right now under the sound of my voice? Do you see the numbers, Go Queen? I don't know how far the lag is, so I'm going to try to wait. Is there anyone in Chicago, in the Chicago area, a woman, right? A female identifying person that is interested in going to the Women's Gold Rush Conference in Chicago? I have a hotel room and a registration to give to someone if you're interested in going to the Gold Rush Conference in Chicago. Let me pull that up. It just occurred to me. And it's happening next weekend. It's a wonderful time of coming together. It's a wonderful time of coming together. Some more 2K3. Pick a number off the screen. Pick a number off the screen. It's a wonderful time of coming together. Let me just share my screen really well. I got to wait for the number to be picked. But if that is you, or if you're going to be in Chicago next week, the conference starts on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, happening in Chicago. 16. Thank you so much, Go Queen. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So number 16 it is. Let me get the journal prompt up here and let me share this tab. So this is the Gold Rush Conference. It is happening. Hey, there's a picture of me. But there's a picture of Rev Cherie on stage with all the wonderful speakers and panelists. But it's a wonderful conference happening in Chicago. It's been going on for many years. And as it says, it is established for women seeking to unearth their intrinsic value, right? And so it's just a wonderful time to come together in sisterhood. I can't tell you, like, just, I can tell you, because I'm going to tell you how good I felt after coming together, being around a bunch of women who are all supporting people, all supporting each other, showing up for each other's dreams. You're getting food, you're getting a lot of different sessions and stuff that will feed into you. So if you are in Chicago and you would like to attend the Gold Rush Conference, and you are a Saturday morning tap in intentional being, I have a registration for you. I've already paid for it. It's valued at close to $700. But check it out if that's something that you want to do. You have some amazing speakers that are going to be there, dynamic presenters, interactive workshops, spiritual awakening, learning your power and mining your gold. Know your greatness and show your greatness. This conference is led by Reverend Dr. Jackie Atkins. She's the founder and host of it. And it is also run through her nonprofit, Show and More, which is an amazing organization. And the mission of Show, I can read that for you guys really quickly, is to enable women to show themselves their value so they can have more and more wonderful life experiences on a consistent basis. And part of that mission is accomplished every year through the Gold Rush Women's Conference classes and workshops and spiritual counseling. So if that is you and you would like to go to the conference next week, it's happening next week in Chicago, reach out to me and I will get you registered. And there is a single hotel room already paid for you to go and to experience the Women's Gold Rush Conference. All right, so let us go ahead and take a moment to set our intentions. And let me get our journal prompt that we are going to see what is in store for us in our journaling today. Ooh, okay, that should be good when I see it. So let's just take a moment to center ourselves. We had some powerful conversation today, and we talked about a lot. A lot probably has been stirred up. Maybe you can relate to what I said. Maybe you have a moment where you were triggered and maybe you weren't able to hold your mule. Maybe they asked for smoke and you gave it to them. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. That's all right. That's what Saturday Morning Tap-In is about, right? It's about how can we be our highest and best self. And one way that we do that is by being intentional about how we go through life, being intentional about how we go through our day. And so we have our intentions up on the screen. And so we believe here in Saturday Morning Tap-In that we can set our intentions. We can change the trajectory of our day by setting those intentions, coming together collectively, preparing our hearts and minds, and together setting these intentions. So if you will, let's take a nice cleansing inhale as we get comfortable in our chair. Maybe you're walking outside, listening to the Saturday Morning Tap-In, staying aware, but just opening your mind and heart. So let's take a nice cleansing inhale and exhale. Maybe calling to mind that thing that maybe you're working on, right? Calling to mind that area in your life where you want to bring more intentionality to it. Taking a nice cleansing inhale, letting go of any tension in the body. As we affirm that we are open and receptive to our highest good. We are open and receptive to exercising our power. And so we set our intention, we set our heart energy, our mind energy to have the strength to move out of our comfort zones. We set our intention that when we come up against moments where we may be tempted to play small or to shrink or to stay in a low vibration, we set the intention to receive the loving support that is all around us, supporting us to be able to step out of our comfort zone. that allows us to move into our highest and best expression. That is the intention we set for today and this week for this moment. We set the intention that no matter what comes our way, we are determined to be victorious, to declare, I am victorious. Let's repeat that again. I am victorious. And one more time for the subconscious mind. I am victorious. That no matter what comes up, we know that we are more than conquerors. We set our intention today to walk in our purpose. We know that each of us have been called here on earth in this expression for such a time as this. And so we are setting our intention to be open to that purpose, to develop our gifts and our talents and abilities, to call into our experience the resources that we need. We speak life over the purposes that have been revealed to us, knowing that our purpose is a divine idea in the mind of God. And God is right now providing all the resources, personnel and financially, that we need in order for our visions to be made manifest. We set the intention to step out on faith. Maybe you were given a vision of something that you want to create, something you want to experience. And so we open ourselves to receive the inspiration, the guidance, to step out on faith. Let today be that moment. Let this Saturday morning tap in be that thing that encourages us to step out on faith. We set our intention right now to walk away from shame and fear, to let it go. Because shame and fear are not real. We are whole, perfect, and complete in every way. There is something radically right about each and every one of us. There is nothing bad or shameful about any part of us. And so we embrace our wholeness and our goodness, and we walk worthy. We walk entitled to receive our good. And as we go forward today, we set the intention to be forgiving and to also to receive forgiveness. We set the intention to walk in grace, to walk in love, to walk in light, to accept and to receive, to give and to receive forgiveness, which is wholeness. We have the courage to walk in forgiveness today. That is the intention that we set. And as we stay in this place of openness, we are going to go forward and move into our journaling portion of Saturday Morning Tap-In, where we journal for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Today's journal prompt is: what modern conveniences, electronics, appliances, etc., do you enjoy that make life easier for you? The timer has begun. We are journaling for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Now remember, the journal prompt gets us on the page, but when you get to your journal, you may say, you know what? I like that journal prompt, but something else right now wants to pour forth through me onto my journal. It's your journal. Write whatever you want to write. Maybe today's tap-in gave you something else that you want to write about. Maybe you have some forgiveness work that you want to journal for this next 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Maybe you want to do that work in your journal today. Or maybe you want to write about what modern conveniences, such as electronics or appliances, do you enjoy that make life easier for you? Allow the journaling to do the powerful thing that it can do and does do. Oh, Instagram, are you guys still here? Oh, you guys are still here. Good morning. Rasharda is here for Saturday Morning Tap-In. We are journaling I'm putting the journal prompt up on the screen. And we are journaling with 9 minutes to go. What modern conveniences, such as electronics, appliances, etc., do you enjoy that make life easier for you? All right, that is the journal prompt. I'm going to go ahead. It's now on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and pin it in the chat. Remember, it's your journal. You can write whatever you want to write. We don't judge it. It's just yours. We are journaling. And it doesn't have to be grammatically correct either. Okay? Write what comes to you. Just let it flow. Welcome, Bubba Tyran. Welcome, D. Nitra. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. We are journaling right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see if Instagram is still up. I can't tell if it's still. No? All right. I think Instagram. Yes, I think it's down. So let's go ahead and reboot the Instagram. We are journaling. All right. We are journaling. What's up, Cousin D? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. Thank you so much for the love. We are journaling. What modern conveniences, such as appliances and electronics or whatever, do you enjoy that make your life easier? We are journaling. All right, welcome back. Okay, great. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. We are journaling. Six minutes, 17 seconds to go. I see y'all on Facebook. Welcome. Thanks for tapping in. Five minutes, 13 seconds to go. Mm-hmm. Welcome. We are journaling for those who are just joining us. 4 minutes to go. Two minutes, 58 seconds to go. We are journaling. We are almost there. 34 seconds to go. We're wrapping it up. All right. All right. We did it. We did something good for ourselves today. We journaled. Give yourself some credit. Pat yourself on the back. What's up, Nidra? We were just doing our journaling. Welcome to Saturday Morning Tap In, where we come together every Saturday morning to share positive stories, set some intentions, and then do a little journaling. And that is what we just finished doing. All right. So the journal prompt was, what modern conveniences, electronics, appliances, etc. do you enjoy that make life easier for you? And also, what, if you care to share, what aha moments did you have from today's tap in? Did you decide to journal something else? Remember, you don't have to share what you journaled in your journal. That's your business. But my commitment is to share every Saturday whatever I write in my journal, because I want you to know how easy journaling is and how helpful journaling can be. It's a very, very powerful tool. I made a whole show about journaling, but yes, it's very powerful. I love it. It's a very healing tool. Welcome, Black-Hearted Darius. Okay. Welcome. My cousin James Cotton is in the building. Welcome, cousin. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap up today's show. I'm going to share what I wrote in my journal, but feel free, you guys. I know there's a slight little lag, but share any aha moments that you had today. We had some really wonderful conversations about forgiveness and going high, right? When you could go low, you go high, okay? And about being our highest and best self, okay? So feel free, share any takeaways you have in the chat, in the comments. If you are watching a recording of the Saturday Morning Tap-In, which is housed on youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles, all of the Saturday Morning Tap-Ins are there. So if you missed one, go on over to YouTube and watch, and know that I read the comments and I love to engage with the comments. So feel free to, if you're watching a recording, send me a message and I'd love to know what you think. And while you're over on YouTube, go ahead and make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can know every time that I go live. And so some more 2K3 says, you remember what episode it was about journaling? I'll post it in the group. What do you mean the episode about journaling? I mean, we journal every episode. But which one specifically? You know, I talk about so much. Help me to remember, Stephen, so I can find it and put it in the group. I can give it to you to put in the group. All right. Thank you so much, Stephen. I really appreciate you. All right, let's go. Let's get on about our day. So, Shamika, what did you write? Remember, it's my journal. I can write whatever I want to write. Okay. I wrote, what modern conveniences make my life easier? I love my cell phone and my laptop. I love all of my devices that make social media possible, allowing us to find and build community. Community has been the thing that helps me grow. I love the accountability. I love sharing stories. I love being to connect all over the world. Right now, I am loving TikTok because it is the platform for me to share my storytelling and teaching gifts. I just love technology, even though there are moments when it takes me longer than I want to figure things out. But I also love video conference calls because I get to see my mother's face and talk to her, even though I am hundreds of miles away. I am grateful for connection. I am grateful for it all. Yay! That is what I wrote. Okay? You can write whatever you want to write in your journal, even if you change topics mid-sentence, okay? Even if you repeat yourself, right? It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make it into the journal. Bars, that's another one. Some more 2K3 says you did an entire episode about journaling. No, I said I made a whole show about journaling, meaning this show, Saturday Morning Tap-In, is all centered around journaling, right? We journal every Saturday. That's what I meant. Go Queen says, this tap-in made me think about how it's important to remember what's important in our spiritual walk. We can't allow low vibrational energy to risk everything we have worked on in order to grow. We must not allow low vibrational energy to risk everything that we have worked so hard on in order to grow. Yes, I am so glad that you pointed that out as a reminder. That is a great word to wrap out on today. Remember what is important in your spiritual walk, you guys. Remember all the progress you have made, all the wins you have won. Don't throw it away, okay? When they go low, go high. When they go low, go to your journal and cuss them out, okay? Write them for filth in your journal, right? And then write the truth, Write the truth that you know. And then do a little meditating, turn on a little music that helps you let it go. Because unforgiveness can become a block, a barrier, or a boulder to your good. And there's so much good available for each and every one of us. And we deserve it. So do the alchemy work of making it good. All right. And so we have on Facebook the link in the comments. Stephen, my wonderful co-host, has put it in the comments. Click on that link and that will take you to the Saturday Morning Tap In Facebook group where we can continue the conversation all week long. Some more 2K3. I love you. God bless you. I appreciate you so much. And I love and appreciate every one of you. Thank you all so much for holding this space with me, holding the space with each other. And I'll see you all next Saturday morning. And remember, even if you know someone in Chicago that could benefit from attending the Women's Gold Rush Conference next weekend, hit me up and I'll give them my registration that comes with the hotel room and access to all of those wonderful workshops. All right. I'll see you guys next Saturday. All right. We set some powerful intentions. Now go out and expect them and experience them. I'll see you all next Saturday. Bye for now.